What is up, everyone? It's a beautiful day and I'm out on the bike today, finally. We're not going to go too deep into it. This is mostly for all the folks that have been messaging me with inquiries on, hey, how are things going on the state all road? How are things going with the Brompton G line? Lots of messages on both of those, and even a few on the Salsa Tributary. And hey, we're coming full circle on all that. Today I am on the state all road 4130. Yes, I still have it. I didn't get rid of it. I went ahead and put a good saddle on it. I like this bike a lot, and it is truly, I use it as an all-road bike. It's perfectly capable as a gravel bike, but this is my grab and go when I'm riding from the house bike at the moment. Things change, we don't know. It's a good bike, still loving it. Actually, I love it more since I swapped the saddle out. So if you're interested in one, thumbs up, third thumb up. And I'll have a more in-depth, longer term update video, not too far down the road. The latest update on the G line, and I do apologize. I have footage for a video. The audio wasn't so great on it, so I want to do a voiceover and go over it. The concept of the video, it was my first real gravel rides on the G line. The G line is a very capable gravel bike. I tried it out initially on some very tame gravel. I was like, okay, hey, it works well for this. It'll be questionable what it'll be like on real gravel. And the first tame ride was in Florida. Went up to Georgia to the family property up there and on the edge of the national forest. Took it deep into the national forest and it did fine. It's a perfectly capable gravel bike in perfectly crappy conditions. G-Line's a real gravel bike. Again, we'll do a more in-depth video specifically around that. Basically, here's what happened. I'm getting old. I know, that doesn't surprise anyone. Here's the biggest downside to getting old. The bounce backs are much, much slower. Recovery is way longer. After all my hard work, first half of the year into the summer, trying to work on getting heat acclimated, which I did a better job than I've ever done in my life. Heat and humidity's always been my kryptonite. Thought I'd done everything to beat it this time. And in August, I went out on one ride and got heat zapped. That knocked my ass off the bike for the rest of the summer in Texas. When we got to Florida and Georgia, we had amazing weather. Temperatures were like 20 degrees lower than usual. And I was able to ride in that. So I think that was first half of September, end of August, somewhere around there. Fantastic riding. Then we get back to Texas and it's too hot. I just can't ride in it right now. And then both Jan and I got sick as hell around Texas Gravel Champs, which was September 20th. She was under the weather a little bit before the event. I got caught up in it the week after the event, and we're pretty sure it was COVID. It was the knock your ass down for a few days. Then when you were over the crud, we were just both weak as shit. Get up in the morning, hey, I feel better today, do 2 hours work and you're wiped out for the rest of the day, sort of thing. A couple weeks later, we had the rat. I was feeling a little better. Wasn't 100%, but it was mostly just tired and worn out. So I did rat support. Thought I was getting better each day, but it's one of those things, halfway through each day, it's like, that's enough of that. We're gonna cuddle up in the van and nap for a couple hours. And then after that week, I don't know if it was a relapse or the first one was the flu or something, I don't know. But then Jan and I just absolutely knocked out by COVID bad. Not emergency room, ventilator bad, but we were both knocked on our asses. Head's not working, body's not working, and it just kept going on and on. We started getting better this weekend, able to actually get out of the house with the dogs, let them get some real exercise like they hadn't had in a month. And the Texas weather is just absolutely phenomenal at the moment. A little breezy today, but I'll take it. So this is my first ride on a real bike outdoors since August, I think, since Georgia. But hey, that was some fantastic riding to end the summer. There's no doubt about that. I did the smart bike for a few rides this week, felt okay. But with this great weather, I was really wanting to get outside. Hey, today I'm trying things outdoors and feels pretty good at the moment. So I think we're on a comeback, way out of shape again. But hey, that's what happens. That's what brings us back to we'll have some updates on the Tributary as well. The Tributary, quite frankly, has been collecting dust most of this year because it did its job last year and the first part of this year, where it got my broken down fat ass self back on the bike and going the right direction fitness wise. And when I first got the Tributary, I was pretty much exclusively e-bike. I don't know, first 6 months, close to that. Then I started mixing in traditional bikes and the e-bike, my longer rides, I should say. I won't say bigger efforts. because I don't care what anybody says. I'm a fan of my e-bike, but anybody that says they get the same workout from an e-bike that they do on a traditional bike, they're deluding themselves. Probably spring of this year, I was 100% traditional bike. Not fast by any stretch of the imagination, but my fitness was back at a decent level, and I prefer riding a traditional bike. But now, hey, off the bike for an extended period of time, so we're gonna have to rebuild. I'm not up to long rides, and we've got a new Spinistry mobile in the mix. We got a cool window van, cargo van, conversion van that's going to be a camper slash Spinistry support vehicle. It's really super basic. We're starting from scratch with it, which I enjoy, but it is not all-wheel drive. It is not four-wheel drive. It's a big ass van. It handles all the activities, but it means it's not appropriate for scouting routes and verifying routes and things like. I dropped the Tributary off at the Duck, got its annual physical and checkup and finger prodding and all that, and I got it back up to speed. So on some routes we're going to verify it on the Tributary, and I'm going to start doing that tomorrow for Roadrunner Rocks. I've verified most of the main route for Roadrunner Rocks already, but going to verify the mountain bike trail tomorrow and a reroute extension for the 75 miler that I need to check out. So we'll have an update on the Tributary probably in the next few days. Video on that. That's one I'm still pretty happy with, but everybody's use cases are going to be different. I think mine are pretty unique, but so far I've been really happy with the bike. Been happy with the state all-road, and I've been happy with the Brompton. That makes me happy that I'm happy with my bikes. I guess I should take care of business too. So let's call this video brought to you by Club Spinistry. Probably a slightly different direction we're going to go with things this coming year, 2026. Make no mistake, sponsorship dollars are pretty tough to come by, and we've always been pretty picky about who we partner with to begin with. So I'm not soliciting sponsorship dollars currently, and I don't have any plans to in the short-term future, but we still have people reaching out to us, so that's cool. So I'm going to talk about one of those momentarily, that we've got a pretty cool deal for club members. So since it's brought to you by Club Spinistry, I recently did a video that went over our 2026 plans for calendar Highview. Hope to finalize that this weekend, quite frankly, but also going over our membership levels and who they're meant for. And I'll just give you the short synopsis of the membership levels. If you made it this deep into the video, I'm assuming you're interested in stuff that Spinistry's interested in, and that maybe we can help you have more interest in. So we have 3 levels of Club Spinistry membership. First level is Steel, $125 a year. Ooh, we found the wind. That gives you free access to our club rides, members only rides and things like that. Free early bird access to our single day gravel grinder events that are non-competitive, generally speaking, but it'll also give you a significant discount for the competitive timed races as well, if you choose to go that option every once in a while. If you're a regular racer, that's where our carbon membership kicks in. It's $175 a year, and that gives you free entry to, I'm going to say, almost all of our events, single day events. And I'm putting that qualifier on there just in case we have an off-the-wall event that's atypical that comes into the mix that might have more costs associated with it. I don't have any plans for anything specifically along those lines at the moment. But short story, carbon membership is meant for the racers. And then finally, we have our titanium level membership, and we're rolling out some new events next year that we're calling Gravel Max Adventures, which are basically multi-day events and point-to-points with Spinistry support. And those will be available to members only, but Steel level members will pay full price, for lack of a better term. Carbon level members will usually get 50% off, and titanium level members will usually get 100% off, is the current plan. And we're saying usually, again, we don't know the details of all the events yet and our costs with each, so we'll leave a little wiggle room just in case, so nobody can accuse us of being liars. But the goal is for all of them to be free for our titanium members. Yeah, of course we get the win now. Have helmets reached out to us. This is pretty cool. I was already interested in them. I hadn't sent any inquiries or anything, but they were kind of like on my short list. Next time I need a helmet, probably going to look into them. If you're not familiar with Cav helmets, they're 3D printed custom fit helmets unique to everybody's head. Just a fantastic safety rating on them, which is really the key thing for me. I don't need to take another tumble on my head. We'll just leave it at that. But if I am going to take a tumble on my head, I want the best protection possible. It's a unique honeycomb shell, 3D printed, custom fit, and pretty cool looking. You guys know me, I'm not usually an aesthetics guy. Look at me. I just ooze aesthetically. I don't know. I'm making up shit as I go. But they reached out to us and invited Club Spinistry members to participate in a bulk buy, group buy. Doesn't have to be same colors or anything like that. It's just a blanket $100 off if you order by December 8th, December 11th. I don't know, I'll have more details. So we'll send out an email in the next day or two to club members on how to go through that process if you're interested. We do have to have a minimum order. It's not very many, should be easy to do to qualify for that discount. But I think we're gonna do that no problem. All right, we got the wind at our back for a few seconds here, so we'll wrap it up. Kind of my backyard here. No, we don't live in these nice acreage lots ourselves, but it's not too far from my traditional houses up against houses, suburban rural neighborhood thing. Anyway, thanks to Cav, appreciate that, guys. I'm looking forward to trying the helmet out and some other stuff in the works too. But if you are interested in joining Club Spinistry, just go to clubspinistry.com, or if you have questions, send me a message, email, comment below, whatever it takes.